We got some possibilities of more stuff with the seaweed floating around. Let's see what we can look at. So just a few moments ago, found a little nurse shark. Then coming over here under the seaweed, got a baby conch. Got that beautiful pink color for the queen conch. Just a juvenile, but she's in there. Stick her back down here in the grass. Pick up the plastic debris as we go along. This water is so hot here. The shallower waters up near the shore had it been in high 90s. And somehow the life continues. I do think that there's so much heat, and with the grass below, a lot of the animals have left the seaweed, but we still don't know what we can find. It's a little baby nurse shark. It's maybe 16, 18 inches long, was cruising around and disappeared into the seaweed a minute ago. Let's see if I can get some of the shrimp here. There's still a couple shrimp in the seaweed. They go straight down to the bottom, I think. Let's see what other animals we got going on here. Banana split time, nice. That'll make for a good hot day or refresher. Definitely gotta start carrying a little bag of all my supplies with me, because this was just come over here, look for a minute, and now it's turning into a video. This area here is really, really healthy. Alternate Pro. We're doing good down here in the Keys, exploring some of this water. It's amazing the wildlife you can find with US 1 being right next door. I actually need to dry my fingers off. So all that there is a lobster fisherman's headquarters, and they're preparing for lobster season in just another week or two. Old fisherman bottles here. Definitely should have brought my cooling fan. This water's so hot here, it's killing off the seaweed, reducing some of the life in it. Not fishing, just out here checking out the waters. And I saw a little nurse shark before we turned the camera on, and he disappeared into the depths, not so much depths, but I guess underneath the seaweed into the grass flats. There's one of the shrimp that lives in the seaweed there. When the stuff is in a healthier position in the cooler water, there'd be hundreds and hundreds of those little shrimp and fish. And if y'all have caught our sargassum fish that we have at the house now, came out of some of the seaweed a few weeks ago. pelican over there. Just kind of checking out, like doing a tidal pool area. It's just one giant tide pool though. Another conch. About the same size. Sometimes there's hermit crabs in there. We got a little school of bait fish. Green minnows down there. Saw also before I started recording, we had some larger bait fish that were feeding underneath the seaweed. Some more floating plastic we'll get rid of. We are in, I think we're Alamorada type area in the Florida Keys. I was heading down south to go check out some other stuff and looked out over the road line and saw some good looking clear water to check out. We do these random walks probably once a week or so, maybe twice, every 2 weeks at worst. The conch are definitely coming back. Got an amazing pink color to them. Hoping to see another shark. I tried following him for a little bit while I was getting ready, but he did not want to be followed. Here's one of those sargassum crabs. It's amazing how well they camouflage into that seaweed. Similar kind of snail. I think you can see through the water. You got a trail coming out of the bushes, the turtle grass. And that's him underneath. Very camouflaged from all the growth on his back. Get all the air out of him. Right back where we found him. They're in here eating all the leftovers and some of the excess algae growth. Yeah, I gotta get my little fan again. I unfortunately can't read any of the questions popping up. I can see I got a screen, but it's just very dark. So please forgive me for not direct interaction. The next one will be much better. I will get the battery and the fan going. Trying to read the comments and they're just not legible for me. Judging by the clarity of the water here, I'm probably gonna go to a 7 Mile bridge. We'll check out the shallow waters over there. I can't get down to them, but we can get it from the bridge area. As we see sharks and stingrays there. I think there's definitely a reduction in wildlife on the seaweed because of the warm water. Just amazing. I have this just minutes away from my front door. Probably about 45 minutes to an hour to get down here. You get all this greatness here. That black ball down there is a sea sponge. Down there filtering our water, keeping it nice and clean. Yeah, hoping to find a little bigger conch, maybe another shark. There's also a place where it's weird because people who have aquariums have been told they need to acclimate their fish for water conditions and temperature. But there's places here I'm watching fish go from 90 plus, high 90s water temperature down to the 80s, and then they'll drop down into 80s for sure if they go to a little bit deeper water. Just out there, they never stay in one spot. Lots of minnows. They're probably hard to catch on the camera. Another conch. Hoping to maybe find one of these conchs with a hermit crab in them. But nope, we got another one. Live baby conch. There's another one. We're doing well here for sure. And another one. Oh, there's 3, 4 right here. 5. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oh, here's a little larger one. 2 more. That's the biggest one so far, still juvenile. They're definitely doing well here in these flat area. We got 3 more here. And another 2. Maybe we'll get lucky and find an adult. Definitely not going to keep them, but just something to check out. Only in the Bahamas can you keep them. Wow, just amazing. Another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. All within an arm's reach. Another one. I had no idea there's many conch out here. All juveniles. Another 4. Another 2. Incredible. I had no idea. Another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's just great. There's more and more and more. And most of them are these little grass patch areas eating the algae. Some nice green turtle grass here. Just more conch, more conch, more conch. Really, really quite impressed. I know they're still very protected because they're way overfished many years ago. and we humans have a hard time regulating ourselves. Another thing I'm probably not seeing yet would be a stingray. I do think with the clarity of the water and having all the grass underneath it, all the animals living in the seaweed are going down as the water gets warmer. Just think in a couple weeks, lobster season will be open and the fishermen will be working overtime. You just never know what you're gonna find out of seaweed. Fish, crabs, shrimp, even a seahorse one time. Here's another one of the sargassum crabs. That one there, she's full of eggs. So she's going to produce thousands of babies, repopulate, and add to the food chain. You just never know what you're gonna see out here. And now we've gone away from the conchs for sure. They prefer that other type of algae, at least in this area. Give this a few more minutes and we'll get back on track to the original goal today. It's not a concrete goal, but we're gonna see what we can get done. This is kind of like the West Coast where you can walk out off the beach forever and be in shallow water. So we're a good distance off the main beach area and we're still in 2 feet of water. And so much wildlife at times. Some more of the conch back here in this more tan colored seaweed area. 4 or 5 of them right there. We got some sponges over here. These black nodules are types of sponges. Like I've mentioned in the past, that's sometimes a fisherman's entrance into the fishing world, sponge harvesting. This here's a brown one. I think you should be able to make it out. You can see the holes on top. The sponge somehow with no muscles or skeleton structure or brains can pump water from outside up through that channel. This is definitely a conch sanctuary here for nursery. You can see how this seaweed, oh, here's one of the cowfish. I think over in Puerto Rico they call him chapin or papin. He's gone now. It's like a triangle-shaped fish. Pretty cool. They got horns on their head like a bull. This is definitely the conch area here again. They like this type of seaweed. Be on the lookout for a short with that little shark. I was able to record that as we were following him down, waiting for him to calm down. But that just didn't happen as far as the calming down thing. So this is interesting here. All the sargassum seaweed that's plaguing all the coastlines. This is actually it growing from the bottom up. So it's actually rooted to the base and then grows up. And as it grows too much on the surface, it breaks off. Unfortunately, with all the nutrients in our waters today, it's growing just much faster than it can be eaten or dissolved. So something to be on the lookout for. We're going to start setting up a Discord channel. For those of you who know what that is, I'm still learning myself, but it's going to be to start setting up a cleanup program. Still a little ways off, but I need to find out how to get it organized. It's one thing for me to come do it myself, but I believe there's a difference when we get a group together. So be on the lookout for that. Here we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 more conchs in an arm's reach. And 3 more there, 2 more there. Absolutely amazing for me. I know we have them, but I've never seen this many in one spot, all in the juvenile stage. And also, those of you out there watching, let me know what you think about this AI excursion I'm going with this artificial guy, Josh, stuck on an island. We're open to ideas on how to make his day-to-day interactions different. I've got him trying to build a hut right now, and he's not having much luck with it. Definitely a huge learning experience myself, trying to learn how to write a video. All right, y'all, the phone's getting darker, so we're gonna call it quits for now. Try to stick around, put alerts on or something, and we may be doing this again throughout the day. Oh, we found the shark. We found the shark. Check out this little nurse shark. I think it's the same one. He's working the sand trying to get the clams and other stuff in there. Look at him dig. He has no idea we're here. So cool. I've seen them a little bit smaller, but never one, not too many of them. These guys will get, what, about 10 or 12 feet? Just when you think that nothing's gonna happen, we run across a shark. Those are my feet. Those are my feet. He had no idea we were there watching him eat. Right, I got an eye on him for now. Shark chasing down in the Florida Keys. I guess nobody told him not to swim after eating lunch. He, for some reason, doesn't want to hang out with us. He's just cruising along. The crazy human won't leave me alone. He's on a mission. I don't know if he sees me or can just hear or feel me, or if that was just his plan once he got spooked. He's just going, going, going. I think he's getting a little tired now. Getting a little more relaxed. Don't step on a conch, they hurt. I think he finally got tired. But not tired enough. Getting a little deep now. Maybe about 2.5 feet. All right, I think we're gonna let him be. That was pretty cool. And plenty more conch out here. Oh, bigger shark. Bigger shark. He doesn't know we're here until now, too. Today's a day of nurse sharks and conchs. If he was going back shallower, I'd follow him some more to watch him, but I can't keep going out. That was a pretty cool adventure there. A wanted experience, just not fully expected. See if we can do an experiment here. So this is another one of those sponges. And I don't know if you can see the black part there is the opening. So if we take some sand, I'm not sure that shows up on camera or not, but it actually makes a current. And you cannot put anything into it because it's continuously blowing water out. Again, that sponge has no brain, no muscle structure. It's just fiber. Here's another one. It somehow discharges the water through its system. And there doesn't need to be any current for it to happen. I am trying to screenshot a few times because I see a few comments coming in. I apologize, I can't see them because it's just too hot for the phone. So I will try to post some answers in the description, or I guess I can do in comments. So check back later on. If I can answer your questions, I will do that as soon as this phone cools off. Thank you all for joining me in this little distraction I had. And we're going to cool this phone off and get to the next spot. So until then, and thank you everybody, and keep a lookout.